Don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our 2 newly released books, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? These books feature over 100 stories from current and former coaches, players, executives, and entertainers from across the football landscape, describing what got them involved in the game, what they love about it, and what life lessons the game taught them. You can find your copy or order your copy from our website at footballgameplan.com/books. Before we get to the report, if you like our style of video and analysis, feel free to show support for Football Game Plan by dropping by our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan and leaving a little something in the tip jar. Every little bit helps us as we continue to improve the quality of our videos and the coverage we enjoy bringing you guys each and every time we put out a project. Thank you again for your support. Kicking off our inline tight end prospects in this year's draft class is Hunter Henry out of Arkansas. I graded him out as a second-round prospect. He has very good hands and route running ability. He doesn't take any shortcuts in the route running department. He also position blocks very well and is able to wall off and pin defenders inside, allowing the running back to get outside and make things happen on the ground. And his blocking effort is there. I know some people will criticize his blocking ability, but the effort is there, and that's all you can ask for a skilled player. Now, he isn't explosive or fast. He doesn't consistently bring his hips or move his feet when he's blocking, and he can get ragdolled. Because of that, I think that's where he's going to have to improve as he makes a move to the pro level. But his game, in my opinion, reminds me a lot of Jason Witt. Beau Sandlin out of Montana State is a very good athlete. He's fluid and light on his feet with a wide catch radius. I think that wide catch radius is a great trait to have for a tight end. He also is a very good reach blocker, good hands in that department. I think his blocking is excellent from a hands and technique perspective. Now, he lacks the lower body strength, which is why I think that affects his blocking in certain aspects. So he's going to have to get stronger in the lower body, and also limits his run after the catch ability, because I don't think he has that level of explosiveness. So I think his lower body is where he has to improve as he moves forward, but he has game that reminds me a lot of Tyler Kroft. Ryan O'Malley out of Penn is one of the bigger sleeper tight end prospects in this year's draft class. I think he has natural receiving skills. He catches the football very well. Now, he's not the most explosive guy. He doesn't have the dynamic speed to really threaten deep down the field, but in the short and intermediate passing game is where he's going to make a lot of money. Also in the blocking department, which is why he's rated in this video. I think that's one area where he definitely excels on reach plays, power plays. You can even bring him back across the formation on kickout blocks. Ryan O'Malley does a great job in all facets of playing offensive football, and I think a lot of people will start to see this after that workout he had at the Temple Pro Day. He's going to have people go back to the film and check out his game. Kevon Cartwright out of Colorado State had a really good week down at the East-West Shrine game this year, and quite honestly, he's a guy coming out of a bigger program that you can consider to be a sleeper in this year's draft class. He burst onto the scene as a sophomore. His junior campaign was phenomenal with 6 touchdowns, nearly 500 yards receiving, and then he was injured his senior season in the first game and missed the rest of the year. Now he came back to Colorado State in a different offense with a new coaching staff and wasn't utilized the same way, but on the field is a guy that you can see can catch the football well. He matches up extremely well versus linebackers and safeties. He's able to get open. I think where he has to improve and clean up his game a little bit is in the blocking department, and I know teams will dig back into that injury history to see if that was just a one-time thing, but I do think once he proves to be 100% healthy, it's always your second year returning from injury where you really take off, and that will be his first year in the NFL. So again, this is a guy that has a ton of upside and reminds me a lot of Jeff Cumberland. There's a lot to like about Iowa's Henry Kriegel-Coble. He reminds me a lot of Ryan Griffin. He has reliable hands. He's solid in the short passing game, but his speed and quickness to threaten deep down the field, in my opinion, is marginal at best. And I think he doesn't finish blocks all the times because of the fact that his hand-eye placement and footwork is all over the place. So from a functional strength perspective and also from a technical perspective, he has to improve in that area. But he does get great ball get off, which is why he's able to get into his route quickly, and he's able to get good jump on the defender as far as blocking is concerned. So the blocking effort is there. The quickness off the ball is there, which is why he finds himself open a lot in the short area. Again, a guy that definitely has a place in the NFL. John Qualls out of Colgate, I had the chance to see twice live this year, once versus Princeton, and the other game I called versus Georgetown. I came away with how impressive he is inline and also as an H-back, but I think his home in the NFL is an inline blocker. He's very strong at the point of attack, and he's also a really good receiver. He catches the football very well away from his body, so he gives the quarterback a wide catch radius. Now, he doesn't have the explosiveness or the suddenness to be a number 1 tight end, in my opinion. I think he's very ideal as your number 2 or 3, even serving time as an H-back. But I think just because of the lack of speed and explosiveness, I think that's going to keep him in that number 2 role. But here's a guy that definitely played well in the Patriot League, put up some impressive numbers, and was a threat. So I think moving forward to the NFL, I would compare his game to Jim Drake. And rounding out my inline tight end prospects is Sean Binks out of LIU Post. I got the chance to see him live this year versus East Stroudsburg in the first game of the season. I think he has solid all-around skill set, above average hands. He's a physical player that competes very well. I don't think he has the speed or explosiveness to truly threaten deep down the field and be a true legit threat in the passing game, but I do think he does enough to where you have to worry about him on crossers and short flag routes. Now, he's raw technique-wise in the blocking department, and he has to add bulk. I think if he adds the bulk along with his competitiveness, he will clean up that technique, become a much better blocker. But right now, I do see him as a number 2 or number 3 type tight end.